Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? Cody, Rat King Error? What is up? I jump right into everything now. Hey, my draw. How's it going? So, we are assembling minis. I think this box came with a wrong size base. I don't have anything else in the box. Okay, that's right. We'll figure it out. We are assembling some Warhammer Fantasy minis today, and we're going to be painting some Middle Earth minis today. That is what we're doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. We are assembling two of these Lord on Royal Pegasus. There's a Lord and there's a Baron mini with the sword. So we're doing one with the sword, one with the lance. We're going to assemble those. And yeah, we're going to do that, and then we're going to paint some orcs. By getting these pieces out, though. Two minis here. On half the last Alliance box painted. What? Taking out the trash? Who's throwing away that stuff, man? That's crazy. You're on my TV. Nice. Yeah, guys, I finally made it. I'm on TV. I'm famous. Hope you guys have had a great weekend and having a good week so far. Oh no, that's weird. But sure. Last Alliance box is cool. Okay. Trim these pieces. I think I might need a new blade here, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Guess one with games, so he's taking out his old TV. Where do you live? That you're just like, you guys are just finding this crazy stuff in the trash. In your own trash, mind you. That's crazy. Hey, Blue, what's up, man? How you doing? One in a million chances. Yeah, but they all happen to you, so... Building work nonsense this morning? Okay. Yeah, now that's all good. Groovy, what's going on, man? Doing a little mix. Couple things today. I wanted to work on that tank, but then I thought, like, you know, I'm not going to be doing any work for like a week, close to a week, so I want to get some things done. I have these two jobs that I figured I'd just get a nice head start on. One is a bunch of Bretonnians on Pegasus, and the other just a couple Middle Earth orcs. If I can get those knocked out real quick, I'll feel real good. About to bake my birthday cake. Oh, nice. Very nice. Happy birthday, Groovy. What kind of cake you baking? Okay, Bretonnians super hard to paint. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I've never painted Bretonnians. Is that how that goes? That one spot right there? It's a weird first piece. Let's do this. Let's get piece number 30 out.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your
Binky, 1985. Welcome in. How are you doing this morning? And sushi rice, so it's got time to cool. Very nice. Oh, you have quite the day planned. That's solid. I did see the Dowie rules snippet. Yeah, they look cool. I always liked Warhammer Dwarves. I have my Vampire Counts army. I don't have any plans on collecting any new armies from any game anytime soon.
Let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Just kind of enjoying the news that people get. Hey, thanks for the follow. Why didn't I get that? Was that a YouTube subscribe? Maybe, perhaps, perchance. Thank you though. Thank you for the follow and/or sub. I appreciate it. Don't get notifications when that happens. All right. Would it reflect negatively on me if I have terminally shaking hands due to meds, basically to stop me from painting fine detail? Why would that reflect negatively on you? I mean, it sucks. Like, I'm sorry that that's, something you have going on. I know you're not alone in that. I know a lot of people. A lot of my commission work I get are people that, like, whether, they served in the military and, like, it messed them up and they can't, like, hold a steady hand, or they just had a job, or they just have some kind of chronic illness or something that doesn't allow them to paint, and so they use they use commission painters to paint their minis. They just don't want to play with gray plastic minis. And that piece, I didn't trip. All right, that in a couple minutes. Hey, Dominique Koku, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. It's not morning here anymore. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, you're Dominique. Oh, cool. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the YouTube sub. Okay, this thing goes a weird right there. Okay. Strange. Yeah, sure, Crucial. I'll do that. Provided my eyes are still okay. I don't know how old you're going to be when your trimmers are too bad, but no, it's the race against the clock at this point. Okay, sweet. Jumped something here. Custom backstories for anyone's armies of threatened. Hey, that's fine. Just that's pretty funny, Rat King, but also cool. You're not unknown here, so it's not that big of a deal, I've had people come in here and like, hey, can I can you guys come and follow my channel? And that's like their first comment. It's like, get out. Like a loincloth piece. It's just like his belt and crotch. Okay, we're gonna go for that. Alright. Next. 31, 32, 33. Where are you? There's 33. This is just for the one of them. The other one will get these other parts here. It's 33. There's 32. Where is there's 31? Okay. Take my eyes and you paint for both of us. Sure. Just, how will you game with no eyes? And then this one is just straight up piece number 42, which is all torso and arm in one. Is that the Will Smith movie where he like donates all of his organs to everybody? Can't get rid of the trimmers, but the eyes, with the eyes you could see, yeah. See what it's like to be colorblind? Yeah. Oh. I just realized, 7 pounds. That's the movie. Yeah, 7 pounds. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Will Smith is kind of a whole story turned really strange. But yeah. So I'm gonna say, I found out that Netflix has Godzilla -1 minus color coming in like a couple days or something, or the end of the month or whatever. I watched Godzilla -1, like the color version, and I'm kind of upset that I didn't wait for the black and white version, because I wanted to see the black and white version. I mean, I guess I could watch it, but not the same, you know? Yeah, they released a black and white version of the movie as like an homage to like original Godzilla, and the movie takes place in the 40s, and so it's very like I don't know. I guess it was an interesting take. Right. Yeah, you're right, Blue. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds cool. Okay. What do we have here? Torso. His little front frilly things. Yep. Okay. Put his front frills on. We need his back frills. Which, there's another piece I didn't trim. Definitely have to trim right now. There we go. Okay. Okay. Interesting news. Mayhem is getting a Wraith Knight for her birthday this year. Oh dang! All right. Are you saying you're done buying her Necrons? Is that what you're saying? There we go. Okay. Your perfect fit. Cool. That's exactly what I read when you said that was I am done buying this woman Necrons. I'm so tired of Necrons. Okay. Next we have this one. Put that together. Piece 34. Well, that's 36, but that's the back of the head. There's 34, okay. Alright, and this other guy is piece 44. That piece 44. Maybe it's on the actual Pegasus sprue. Not. Okay. 45. 6. 3. It's because it's not piece 44, it's piece 45. It's GW. GW strikes again. Okay. But first, hold on. I gotta do this. Should be piece. This piece 44. 45. That should be. One of these days I'm gonna send all this stuff into GW. Hey, and okay, Guardian, what's up, man? Spill Paint Pot, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, you're tired of getting beat by Necrons. You want to get beat by something else. I get it. Now, alright. Spill Paint Pot. About this wet palette thing. Okay. I want to tell people to just stop bringing it up. Just let the man enjoy his hobby experience. Alright? You know, we learn new things, we try new things, and you know, we buy new things and we use it, and it's great and everything. However, Blue tried so hard to make this a meme that he was never gonna get a wet palette. So, I feel like he deserves it. You know, the next like 4 or 5 months, it's gonna be a thing, and then it'll be done. So, enjoy your hobby, but do it my way. Yeah. You ordered more paint from Monument Hobbies? Nice. So you're liking the stuff you got then. Pay attention to what piece they have listed. It's not periods and okay. Yeah, I do that too. The numbers help. It's sometimes easier to like look for the numbers. I don't think anybody at GW looks at the numbers either, based on how these instructions work. Backwards. Whoops. There we go. Ignore me there. Okay. Next, 36. Spaceballs write their instruction manuals. Yeah, it's just gibberish. Yeah, and the other piece, you have 46. Okay. This piece is on. After this, I have a little commission of some Mordor orcs to paint. So I think we're gonna start on that. I don't know if we'll be able to finish that today, but look, you got a typewriter? Yeah, yeah. Stuff. See, spell paint pot. I use my monument paints on my. I prefer them on my wet palette because I like that thinner consistency. He's got a gazebo on his head. It's crazy. He's got a little look at the gazebo on his head. Must be weddings happening up there for like little like fairies or something. It's crazy. Keeps his after battle bottle of Bordeaux. He calls it Bordeaux. That's great. Spill paint pot for like an in the moment joke. That joke truly has layers. That's a great one. Okay, 37, 35, and 41. Okay, there's 45. There's got a miniature figure of a lady here. Is she seriously going in the gazebo? Is that what I'm doing? I have to do that now. They didn't have me do that before. They did. Oh, those. Oh, GW. They're asking me to do like ship in a bottle kind of stuff. This is ridiculous. And he's got his wine glass here, so all right. No. WY. Yeah, they did bork me on that one. Yeah. All right. We'll get the little tweezers out, see if we can't do it. Why would they do that? IGW. Okay. Don't tell me she doesn't fit. She doesn't fit. She doesn't fit in the gazebo. Look at that. What? What is this? Oh, it stuck to my finger. Oh, GW, you made an enemy today. Just somewhere smiling down. Yeah, James, curse you. By gentle pressure from the tweezers. Okay, this head wasn't staying on here anyway. Cannot believe. They straight up have me put a ship in a bottle without it being able to fit. Okay. Okay. But that'll be a joy to paint, yeah. Thought you were assembling a mini. Didn't realize it's a puzzle. Yeah. They put the instructions out of order as a fun prank. Wow. You know, sometimes I have nice things to say about GW and like their modern minis and how they assemble and everything, but man. Okay, we're gonna do those other pieces here in a minute. I'm gonna let that head dry. We're gonna get these Pegasi here. You guys here. Man, like anyone else, putting both pants on at the same time. Yeah. And they label it. This one goes in leg number 1. This one goes in leg number 4. GW assembly instructions, everybody. They're never gonna make me give me the content creator status. Use some Cheese Whiz to grease it? That might be what I needed to do, Choach. I haven't had Cheese Whiz in so long. Use tweezers to try to jam it in there. But James, it'll yeet itself across the... Yeah, yeah. I just don't understand. I don't get that, like... Not one person assembles one of these minis before they like release them into the public. You know, it just takes one person following the instructions that they make. You don't have to like print them out on a piece of paper. Like, just have the guy that writes the instructions like assemble a sprue. You know, that's it. That's all you got to do, and you would find all of these mistakes. They just copy paste instruct. Yeah, but like, do they even do that? They just like, yeah, there's a 43 here, so I guess we'll just do a 45 next, and we'll put this piece on the left because, you know, like sometimes it looks like it's left if you move the miniature in a certain way, and yeah, we don't need to trim these pieces off the sprue. There's actually an instruction for the Necron Lich Guard with the shields. The actual minis they show you to assemble with the actual shields, they don't clip the actual sprue like pieces off. They just show it with the sprue pieces still on. It's incredible. Using me was the Forge World Magnus. Each sprue was marked GW number, and none of them are the same as the Forge World part numbers. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, my Magnus was given to me, but was also not a official mini, and I had to look up the instructions online and just kind of like match because all the pieces were like individual. So, you see, guy, I was really dumb for not dive bombing Magnus into my opponent's army. 96 because I was scared of all those super boys. I don't know. I mean, it depends a lot. I don't think GSC are super good right now, so like, there's not like a huge chance that his minis come back. It's only on the 5+. Yeah, still did anyway. Okay, I don't feel so bad. sand some of these pieces down. Yeah, if you guys want to look them up, look up the Necron Lichguard instructions. There is a subreddit called Warhammer Instructions that just has like copies saved of all the instructions for minis from GW. I bet you can get that and look it up and look at the shields. Get to the part where they tell you to put the shields on the minis, and you'll see they keep the huge like sprue vents or whatever on there, like the connectors. They're like giant tabs. Yeah, the Warhammer instructions are, yeah, it is the GOAT, truly. The Slanesh chariot, yeah. Ugh. It didn't have any numbers. Yeah. Oh, I remember the old Space Marine land speeder, the old plastic one that is no longer available. I had 2 of those, and I bought them new in box, and neither of them had instructions that came with them. They just didn't put instructions for the land speeder mini. Like, that was it. Just no instructions. What they did do was they numbered the sprue, and I figured this out on my own. They numbered the sprue, and you basically put it together in order of the numbers. And there you go. That's the mini. And it worked out pretty well. It was a pretty bad sculpt. I needed a lot of rubber bands to hold things together while it dried, but yeah, that was an interesting one. Here's where Cancer how you had the Storm one? Oh yeah. Bad scans. Yeah, scan. Okay, yeah. That's what it just tells you the part numbers. Yeah. Yeah, for my Magnus, I ended up looking up the Warhammer instructions on Reddit, and that helped a lot. I would never have gotten that many together without that. But okay. Still, I get it. Oh, but you need on the same sprue, yeah. Alright, 3 and 4. Piece number 3 is a hoof. Or hoof. It's number 4. There's 4. It's another hoof. He's got some like Clydesdale hooves. Rich photocopy, yeah. They do not care. That's part of the premium experience, Groovy. 2 of the smaller chariots and 1 big one. Went through like 3 brushes. Yeah, I imagine it just destroys your brushes, right? All the little like sharp parts. Cody, I am assembling let's see, 2 of the same miniature, but the 2 different assembly types. It's the Lord on Royal Pegasus. And there's a Lord on Royal Pegasus and a Baron on Royal Pegasus. So I'm doing both of those. And I have these guys, and I have 6 Pegasus Knights to paint after this. My Mini Marvels, how you doing? So I wanted to paint some fun things, but I also figure like, man, I have some commissions I wanna get started on, and I'm not gonna have a lot of time this week to be painting, so I can get started on this maybe at a good head start on everything. Good. Yeah, happy Tuesday to you. Glad you're doing well. Titan Owners Club. Yep. Xenos Titans don't come with the certificates. GW hates Xenos. Imperium is based off of GW's corporate culture. Okay. Piece number 4, how does that fit? Fits. Well, it should fit just like that. You can do it. Is that it? That's it. That's it. Okay, cool. Cool. What's bad guys to the good guys? Yeah. James Workshop protects. Oh, man. If you hear screaming child in the background, I'm sorry. Painting son is, I'm assuming, having fun. Hey Zen, what's up, man? You get my message this morning. Yeah, I just don't want people to think that there's random screaming going on in the background and that someone's being hurt. That's what I'm apologizing for. All right, we got that. All right, 5 and 7. Right, what? War and Peace? Oh, I did not. All right, 2 sentences. That's too much for you. And what's the FW? Dang, wow, Groovy, that's crazy. A dead nation sets an army in old world. Killing me, dude. We're okay. All right, hold on, Zen. I thought I knew what you were talking about, but I'm just assuming you were thirsting after the Necromancer character model, right? Is that what you were talking about? I don't know anymore. The profile picture for the AI art of the Necromancer lady. I don't remember. It changes them up every time you like open up the game. I was looking respectfully. Okay. If you're asking, that is the exact army I have in the old world called Vampire Counts. Yes. That is my old world army. Groovy, there is a I know there's a version of the Titan Owners Club where it's like you don't need a certificate and they accept like 3D printed Titans or third party recasts and stuff like that. No. So yeah, you don't have to take vampires in a vampire count army. That's not like a requirement. That's just the name of the faction. Necromancers, I think gameplay wise, necromancers are better as far as like characters go than vampires in the game. There are no skeleton catapults though. That is one thing that is not in the Vampire Counts army. They do not have any proper ranged weapons. It's an there is a skeleton faction with a catapult, and they're called Tomb Kings. They're like the Egyptian themed undead faction. It says this thing should go on like this. I'll go back, maybe. Sit right there. That's weird. We're gonna wait for that piece. Who in the world cut this many? Do not deserve a raise. Yeah, the only ranged weapons vampire counts get are horrifying screams that will literally kill minis because they're so terrifying. And they have miniatures like they have a banshee that can do it, and they have a thing called a terrorgeist. That horse has 2 heads. Yeah. They tried to give some different flavor to different factions, and I think vampire counts actually have one of the best ranged weapons in the game in that in the psychic scream, but it's not the same. It's super close range, and it's kind of a different thing. It's not the same as standing there shooting bows and arrows at people. Did you get Zen with the necromancer? Did you get the like resurrect spell? You had 2 of them. Yeah, that's so good. I had that with the I had the vampire knight, and yeah, that spell puts in work. Like, you basically just play long enough to use that, like both charges of that, and you're good. Right. Yeah, that is a big theme of vampire counts in the old world, is using spells to resurrect dead soldiers and all of that. So you had D3 plus 3 by default. That's so good. Did you have like knights to use it on? That's what I did. A vampire knight because he comes with skeleton knights. I had another unit of knights, and yeah, that's what I used. Count Scream is similar to Noise Marine Sound Blasters. Yeah, it's kind of like a similar, like, I guess lore-wise. Nice. I have Groovy. I have the plastic Karen Wraith that I painted last week. Yeah, took a day and painted that last week. That's like broken pieces on here. What is that? on. Okay, for some reason there's an extra sprue in here. That piece. Okay. You. There, and you will go there. Rachel, what's going on, man? Have Night Haunt used for D&D? That's cool. Yeah. Skeleton spears kind of suck, though. Like, I had a unit of skeleton spears in my army, and, like, they don't do much. They have terrible skill, terrible defense. The best thing is, undead units never break. So they'll never, like, run from combat, which makes them really good tar pits, but a tar pit isn't amazing when you can't do any damage, unless you have, like a hammer to your anvil, you know? But hey, I mean, if it worked, it worked. Yeah, I had a unit of skeleton spears and ended up with 30 of them in the unit. And I put them as narrow as I could so I could just get the rank bonus. I guess it doesn't matter with undead, but thinking back on it. But yeah. Does that go? Okay, it doesn't. It kind of goes under, but can fit. 2 units of 200 zombies. Yeah. And zombies in the old world are only 3 points. No. Yeah, they're 3 points a model, I think. You get 20 of them for 60 points. And I will never not take a unit of 20 of those. The one test game I played, I had a unit of 20. And it was a small game, but I spent the first couple turns just putting Invocation of Nehek on them. And because they're the one unit you can raise them past their starting strength. So I raised up this huge unit, ended up with 40 of them in the unit. And I was playing against High Elves, Buddy Killicam is High Elves, and he failed a charge with some sword masters into my skeletons, and I set up the flank. So I charged my zombies into the flank. The problem was, he was using that spell that turns his unit ethereal, so I couldn't even hit him with the zombies. There was no point in attacking, couldn't damage him because zombies don't have magic attacks, all that. But since I charged him in the flank, what ended up happening was, I think there was one round I lost the combat. Whatever, I lost some zombies. I resurrected a bunch more with the Necromancer next turn. The next turn, I won the combat, and then he broke and fled, and and they got ran down by the zombies. It was like a crazy stroke of luck, but it was really funny. Sword Masters with a High Elf Mage got ran down by a 60-point unit of zombies. It was like 400 points of minis. Yeah, the Spear gets the extra rank, which is nice. So, like, I would definitely take the Spear and Shield over the Sword and Shield ones. The Sword and Shield ones get an extra point of defense, though. So, like, if you're just going for the Tar Pit, the Sword and Shield is good. But I like the extra, like, 1/3 attacks. Is really nice. Even if they're only hitting on 4s or whatever, like, that's a good volume. Okay, 13, 8, 14 or 15. And piece number 9. Okay. I tried an Empire playthrough, and I could like I really wanted to like the halberds, but I just couldn't. I feel like their ability is too niche for like the early game to get you into like the mid or late game where they end up being pretty good. So I almost lost a dwarf campaign uh in my second to last battle. And so I was playing a dwarf campaign and I had was it hold on 2 catapults and a cannon maybe, some units of crossbows, and there's just a bunch of units of like crossbows and handguns, maybe 3 units in total. So artillery and gun line for dwarves, classic dwarves, whatever. And I got to a random event and it talked about like, hey, you can get this like crazy magic item if you fight this vampire lord. I was like, yeah, cool. Vampires, like the Dead Nation's super easy to face when you have a ton of ranged units because you just shoot them to death. So I fought him, and it ended up being nothing but the Dread Knights, the like vampire knights. Hey, Gosu, what's up, man? And again, it's cool. They lined up right across from me, but I was like, this is fine. Like, I'm gonna kill all of these before they get to me. Yeah, I think it was 3 units of Dread Knights and then 2 units of Fellbats like off in the corner that wouldn't be able to charge on turn 2. I was like, sure, okay. They move into me, I blast them, and then whatever's left, like I'll be able to handle in melee or whatever. So I was trying to move through it real quick. I was using spacebar. Skip charges. Are you sure? Yes. Spacebar. Well, I realized I accidentally skipped my entire turn after they had moved, or like as my first move, and so they moved all their army up. I was like, wait a minute. What's going on here? Why don't I get to move? Oh no! Like all these vampire knights get to charge me now. And so they just straight up charged everything turn 2. And somehow I won that battle and ended up winning that campaign. But I was a little... Oh, I was freaking out. It was perfect. It was so perfect to just melt everything with guns and arrows and rocks. But dwarves are really tough in that game. Okay, Horsey's got a neck. Which quality 3D scans of 30k word bearers units? Oh, cool. Don't tell me you're gonna start collecting word bearers now. You got an Erebus in there? I went to my local store yesterday with my son to pick out D&D minis. We talked about that on Sunday. I was like, yeah, let's get some D&D minis. Maybe we can paint them today, and then we can start our campaign or something before we go on our little family trip. And yeah, for some reason, local store was like out of all of their like Knowles Wars minis. There were maybe a dozen in total that were out on the shelves, which was weird. Really weird. So I ended up asking the cashier like if they're getting rid of it or something, and she said no. She said they're just they just haven't been able to get them in stock for a while, and I guess those minis sell really well, so they're like bare bones. Like, you know, we just put in a big order trying to get a bunch of stuff, but so we couldn't find the Painting Sons mini that he had picked out. No, it was the other store, and it's the nice lady that works there. But what I did do, I came home and we found STLs for my son's mini, and the STL cost $4 that he wanted as opposed to the $5, or I guess it'd be like $4 and change at my local store for the Nolzor's mini. So yeah, I printed his mini last night. It turned out well.
Yeah. First of all, let me take just a moment to
I canceled
thank you
my
for allowing
Prime,
me back
my
into your
Amazon
home.
Prime. Hey, Bad Spike, what's up? Thank you for the follow. Resin's 25% off. I just got a bunch for 25% off. I made a big order before my Prime was over because I was like, I don't know. This is gonna last. All right, it's the saddle. Is that what I'm assembling? Okay. All right, this is the saddle piece. Hey, how are you, Bad Spike? And Alex, welcome in. Also, hey, Praise the Omnissiah. Welcome, guys. I'm doing great. How are you doing? Here. We are assembling some Royal Pegasus riding Bretonnians. I think we're going to paint some Middle Earth. We're done with these. This one Bretonnian has a gazebo on his head. It's already been a problem. We got final day in Prague. Oh, that's cool. You like on vacation there? Is it like work stuff or? Vacation, awesome. Yes, Pegasus riding Bretonnians. Inky, that's what I'm assembling. Good morning, by the way. Yeah, thanks for joining, Bad Spike. Are you in the hobby? Paint minis, play Warhammer, anything like that? Oh, just browsing Warhammer streams. Okay, cool. Very cool. I chill and paint. That's what I do. Or I guess chill and hobby. Very seldomly, but occasionally I do play a video game on stream. But you guys like suffer for that, so apparently people hate it. Jet, what's going on? Good morning. Build and paint models, never played though. Okay, alright. And that's cool. I love to play miniature games. So when I am painting my own minis, it is almost exclusively with gameplay stuff in mind. But I'm also a full-time commission painter, so I paint a lot of other people's stuff as well. Only played Warhammer video games. Hey, that's not bad though. There's a lot of good Warhammer video games out there. Yeah, those Hormigons cheap. That's awesome. Yeah, that is a solid deal. Getting any GW minis like that cheap is a huge deal. 21 and 23. Okay. What kind of video games you play? What kind of Warhammer games? Dawn of War 1 and 2, yeah. Let's learn 40k. Hold on, what now? To be honest, if you're talking like a novel, like the Horus Heresy series is solid. Like, especially the first, like, 4 or 5 books. And they give you, like, an overarching picture of, like, what is a space marine? And, like... that's what I would say. As far as, like, a quality book that gives you an idea of, like, what Warhammer is, yeah. That's probably a good place to start. Space Marine Pet Chaos Space Marine good. Might get my friend Rabute Gilliman for his birthday. Oh, nice, cool. That's cool, Alex. Gilliman is a crazy miniature to paint, but is a really nice looking mini. Night Lords trilogy? Yeah, but like... Does she really need to read about all the torture and mayhem all the time? Like, is that... how is that supposed to connect? That doesn't make any sense. Does it go this way? It doesn't. What? What in the world is up with this piece? Assume it's like that. Piece. Go do work. Alright, Zen. You have a good one, man. Leviathan is your favorite 40k book. Okay, interesting. Excuse me. Off today due to the okay, interesting. That's cool. How you doing, man? It was right in there. Okay. A little bit. Out, back to play football. Nice. Very nice. Just assembling Bretonians here. Yeah, I know Infinite in the Divine. Yeah, no kidding. A funny story about this Lord, but I've heard nothing but good things about Infinite and the Divine. However, getting someone into 40k with Infinite and the Divine is probably not an amazing idea, in my opinion. 22 and 24. So, alright. the Lord on Pegasus. He's got this big gazebo on his head. This guy. You see a little statue inside the gazebo? That's a separate piece. They have you assemble the entire gazebo structure on his head before putting the little lady statue in there, and she doesn't fit. So you have to pry it apart and then put the statue in after you assembled it, based on the instructions they give you. I was not happy about that. Yeah, it is cursed. Yep. They said James Workshop was laughing from above. But you know what? We're making good progress. We're going to finish these and we're going to paint some Middle-earth minis. That's what we're going to do. A nice change of pace. Exactly. Yeah, that would be amazing, Alex, if that were the case. But, you know, having never assembled this mini, I had no idea. I just assemble minis one step at a time. Sadly, trusting that the process is good enough that I can do that. So, yeah, I just have some Mordor Orc Warriors I'm assembling, or I'm painting, sorry, for somebody. Just a dozen. I think it's a single sprue. He attempted to paint them and wasn't enjoying it. They're already primed and everything, so no, there is no scientific method to GW's assembly instructions. That is the opposite. That's like trusting like an Alex Jones conspiracy theory. That's what this is. What happens when you trust GW? On rants about how airplanes are turning the frogs gay or whatever. This one is 2. How does that go on? It's in. Okay, cool. That kind of worked, I think. I think I've ever seen GW put so much detail in a saddle. You. Okay, I guess something like that. Sure, that saddle's assembled. Let's try to... Three ponytails on this thing? What in the world? Should go right there. Okay, sure. A weird saddle. Apparently Pegasus is pretty big. Have like a normal saddle on it. Yeah, this is a non-toxic cement. It uses the power of lemons. Actually, it's an extract called limonene. Yeah, non-toxic. Yeah, D-limonene. So I've had too much time, I think, with the acetone based extra thin cement, and I don't think it was very healthy for me. So I'm trying to get away from that. Only problem is that limonene stuff is a little more difficult to come by. So and as far as I'm aware, it doesn't come in like a thin liquid form. So I have to rely on the gel stuff. And I don't have like a brush on applicator for it either, which Tamiya makes, but it's hard. It's really hard to find the Tamiya stuff that comes in the square glass container. Okay. These tufts of hair. Alright. Just like that. Tassels? Oh, okay. I'm calling it hair. Yeah. I think it's all just one big mane. It just looks like... Oh man. Oh man, this many. That should go right there. Of course, I broke that thing. Okay. Well. That's it. That looks terrible. Why is that a thing? Hey, Grey Knight, what's up? Just woke up. Okay. Mission paint a redraw alignment to encourage someone to try it themselves and taking the job on yourself. In my experience, so obviously, you know, like I make most of my living as a commission painter. Not that that's necessarily what I would like to do. I think it'd be really cool if I could just make content for a living. But for me, this whole thing has always been a hobby first. And what that means for me is like I love to see people get in this hobby. I love to see people grow and, you know, and try things and like enjoy themselves, and like that is like true, like the true like happiness for me with this hobby, and like seeing people in this hobby. I will never turn down work from someone because they didn't try it themselves. But if someone is on the fence, I will always encourage someone to try it. And you know, if you know for some reason it doesn't work out, like they can always contact me. But like, I don't know, I've done jobs for people and they go on and they paint it like I painted and they ask me the colors, and I'm like, I'm super happy about that. Like, I have no issue with that whatsoever, because to me it's like, with this being my job, like I know at the end of the day, like there will be another project that I can do, even if it's something that's like really cool or I really want to do. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to be completely without work. So, you know, having more work is always nice. You know, and it's probably like business wise, it probably isn't the best to like encourage people to do it themselves when my whole job is like to do things for people. But I don't know, I can't do that. It's not my nature to tell people like, you know, oh, don't worry about it, I'll just do it for you. I think that's part of the reason why I enjoy streaming, working on projects. Like, I kind of always hope that if I'm painting someone's army or squads or whatever on stream and they're seeing it done, then, you know, maybe they'll kind of get some confidence and maybe decide they want to try it themselves, and then they always have a reference they can go back to see what color I used or where I put the colors, or, you know, what technique I'm using. And yeah, like that's the kind of hobby I want to see. I don't want to see a hobby where people are being taken advantage of just because they never tried something. No, I'll ship internationally. I'll do work for people. I've done work for people in Europe. Ever done a job for a Canadian? I don't think I have, but you know, the buyer pays shipping, so you know, I always try the cheapest shipping option. But if that's something you're willing to do, yeah, I mean, being a good person can be good. Like, yeah, can be good. It is good. Like, I would rather be a good person than make a few extra bucks. don't think it's ever going to make me a rich person. I'm never going to be a rich man because I'd rather do good by people than make money. Yeah, I'm not getting into specific people not being a good person. Yeah. I will say though, as a general term, if yeah, I wouldn't mind if you actually just delete that comment, please. Let's just not even go there. Anybody who's worth more than $1 billion is not a good person. 1,000 points of Grey Knights. It's all based on specific minis and like the details and colors you want, Inky. Feel free to message me in Discord and we can talk about like pricing and specifics and everything. Because what I do when I price out how I'm going to paint an army, it is very much like we have these minis, you know, these characters, these vehicles, these monsters, whatever you want, this level of detail, these colors, like, and I have to figure out how much time am I going to put into that, and that is how I base my pricing. Just literally, how much time will it take me to do it? Where's iOS 16.4? Weird. Oh, is there more controversy with GW and their apps? Oh no. How much per hour? I mean, I try to charge around like... I try to keep it around like $20 an hour or so. And again, it's all estimation. Like sometimes it takes me a little longer. Sometimes I get it done a little faster, depending on what it is. But what I make now. Just AOS shoved into it. Oh no. They're just requiring like an advanced version. Okay. This wing here. In like that. Looks about right. Oh, okay. It's not a way to balance it. Okay. Use this little can here. Okay, okay. Okay, cool. What are those wings? These are the wings for the Royal Pegasus for Bretonia. Pretty cool looking wings. Say so myself. Yeah. Hey, Cody. Assembling's going alright. We're about done. I'm gonna use some bottles here. Hold this stuff up. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I would look for, since you can buy them again, the normal Pegasus Knights. They have much smaller wings that will fit in infantry pretty well with a little bit of finagling. They're also a lot simpler of a connection. Okay, we're gonna try that. Those just need to chill out for a bit. While that dries, there's still a whole bunch of things to do. Yeah, let me show you. These are assembled by somebody else, but these wings, a little bit extra. Is that primer? Extra primer just chilling there. But yeah, these wings are where it's at. These are perfect. It's just a simple connection into the body there. Like, you see the size difference. Tell these are obviously older minis. Back in my like older 40k days, I made a custom Space Marine chapter, and my chapter master, I gave him wings. I actually bought one of these knights because they sold them individually, and yeah, I gave him these wings coming out from like his backpack, basically. My chapter was, my homebrew chapter was the Raven Swords. And I don't know why he had wings, but it looked cool. That's what I did. I sold that whole army years ago. One of my big regrets in my hobby was I got out of 40k and I was like, I'm never playing this game again. And I sold a bunch of my 40k stuff. That and the Imperial Guard army I sold are probably the two biggest regrets I have. But yeah, sold that army. I didn't rage quit. It was more like I hadn't played in a while. I remember 8th edition came out. And me and a buddy tried 2 games of 8th edition, and we hated it. It was awful. No, I don't know if Pegasus Knights can do Lance now. I have no idea about Bretonia's rules. But hated 8th edition, and I got into other games. So I got into Star Wars Armada, which was like my big game, and I was playing that game 3-4 times a week. And I was playing that so much, and like 40k wasn't changing. I hated like the Primaris idea, and then they killed Warhammer Fantasy. It was another game I played, so I was like, you know what? I'm just kind of done with GW games and all of that. Yeah, the Dark Eldar Scourge. Yeah, those are a good one too. So yeah, I sold a lot of my fantasy and 40k armies. Oh, for desertion, yeah. Yeah, I had a big Space Marine army, but I had a really big Imperial Guard army. Bucks, yeah, the Pegasus Night Wings are probably more expensive, but I get it. Okay, we have to let these minis go for a minute, I think. What did I do? Got that bit. What? Gosh. What are these instructions? Okay, well, we'll get some pieces out. Yeah, yeah. I might still have the old, there was an old White Dwarf article about Kroot mutations. And it basically had, it was the first time you saw Kroot as their own codex. So they made like a chapter approved codex for Kroot. And yeah, they had like, you could buy specific mutations for the Kroot by paying points. And it was basically like, hey, this one ate like orcs a whole bunch, and like they evolved into like stronger, tougher Kroot. Or like this one kept eating like avian species and started growing wings, and so you ended up with like jump infantry, and there was like heavy melee troops, and there's all these different kinds of Kroot. But it was all like conversions and like kit bash stuff. It was really cool. You remember the winged Kroot though? $47 and then 51. This piece. No, those Kroot were plastic. Those were the old plastic Kroot. No, yeah, they were plastic. The Krootox and the Kroot Hounds are metal, but otherwise it was all plastic. Reading Imperial Guard Kit Bash stream. I mean, I have Solar Auxilia that I'll be painting, and I was painting a tank on Sunday night, a Solar Aux tank, but. Okay, now what? Okay. So many pieces. Okay, his shield is 38B. And 39. Also 48. And 40. Just the yeah, I mean that doesn't mean people didn't kit bash whole armies of metal miniatures, but I remember the first use of LED lights I saw in an army. It was It was a rubric army. Someone made a Thousand Suns army, but like back before there were any plastic rubrics. And most of the Chaos army was metal. But they, yeah, they put LEDs in all the eyes of all of the minis. They had a whole White Dwarf article about it because it was like, it's like a big deal. Yeah. Serious boring action. I mean, depending on who you ask, depends on the kind of boring you're talking about, but yeah. Alright. That part in. And next. And that. Okay. So that can sit for a moment. Those pieces are cleaned up. Dare I risk it? Okay, that's holding on pretty well. I should at least glue this guy into his. Like that. Okay, cool. So he stands on his own. That's nice. That's good. All right. We're good there. Good there. Wonder if you can 3D print. Get some wings. Well, you can have someone 3D print. There's got to be someone out there that makes wings that work for that, right? Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't print anything, but yeah, I found a whole what 27 euros for these wings. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. How many wings even are? I think it's literally two wings, a left and a right wing. 27 euros. Yeah, that's fair. You can probably find some wings. You find something that you like, you think will work, let me know. I started a print last night. It was some stuff, some other things I'm like playing catch up with, but Okay, where are these other pieces going? Oh, that's what those are. Okay. Huh. Great. Does it go? Yeah, I am trying to figure out how this thing. It goes like that. Okay. Alright, that took way too long. Nah, send me some stuff. I'll get it. I'll get to it eventually. Alright, we got that. And then next, little wine cup here. There's no spot for it. Oh, it's on his. This dude really is just carrying wine into battle. You guys weren't wrong about that at all. I don't know. I'm about to skip this piece. I don't know how that goes on. That's a weird one to fit. He might have to go in the battle without his wine glass. Or Bretonian. Flying Crude? Oh, yeah, just Flying Crude might straight up be better. That's true. Yeah, like if you're gonna have things printed anyway. Bonus points if they print in one piece. But I guess if you're the one doing the assembly, I don't care. Stacks and run Android apps on my PC? Yeah. Just the 40k app with a few tweaks. W for you. Okay, so what I need... This is what I need to do. I'll be back in just a second, guys. All right, the box. So, client gave me 2 minis. One was just sprues, and it had this base with it. And then the other was the actual box, and the box had the wrong size mini based on the actual assembly instructions. So I had to go get one of my spare. I have a lot of old world bases, but it looks like it's a 50 by 50 mil base. Just gonna stick these guys on here. Nice thing about using this this plastic cement is my room just smells like lemons. Get the other wing on there eventually. What pieces do I need for the Baron? Because I have all the pieces. Yeah, okay. Let's get the Baron's pieces. 47. $43 and $48. Oh, and he gets the cape. Cool. $50, $49. Okay, and that's all the parts for him. Cool. So, and start trimming some pieces here. Be real careful on the wing. Obviously, I haven't put the second wing on yet. Okay. Back of his saddle. Just give me wings, yeah. It's getting the pin-up minis. Isn't that the is that the rule 34, right? Not only is 40k not an exception to that rule. Very much a strong proponent. The evidence. Okay. That's touching the bit, and then we'll need to adjust that just a little bit. Yep. Pone, or sorry, Yoshi either came in at the exact right time or the exact wrong time. Okay, cool. That was easy. Next, we do the same thing. Lord, or the Duke, or what, I don't know what he's called. U43, okay. Hey, Tuvan, what's up? I'm doing well, just assembling some old world Bretonian Royal Pegasus riders. They're taking longer than I thought they would. That's alright. Yeah, that's what we're building. They're cool minis. Just pretty crazy. Assume where that goes.
Look at me!
More work on my Overlord last night in whips. Is that you that redeemed that? Yes, Tuvan. Alright, sure. Hey, it's the Overlord. I love it. With the blue and I like the teal and the or turquoise, I guess, and the gold. It's good. It's good looking, man. I see some oh, excuse me. Is that Tesseract glow you got going on? First character. Nice. Looking real good, man. Got that. Just 48. Good. Kroot, not appealing at all. Yeah. Heresy Labs kind of hit or miss, too. Like, they're, they obviously skirt the copyright. but they probably do so in a little more extreme of a fashion than others. All right, number 51 here. Light art from the Walmart to desk mount. So after a while, LED tape had split. Oh dang! All right. Okay, this is a sketchy assembly part here. That's so sketchy. Why? Why GW? Oh, these horse reins. They did this on the Blood Knights too. You have this tiny little piece, and it needs to fit, right? Come on, you. Come on. No way I can do this on camera. But precision tweezers for the win. Like I kind of got that where it needed to go. Sorry, right between my toes. Yeah, you. I saw your comment. That sounds horrible. First made after 20 years. Gray Facts. Oh wow. Yeah, the Grey Knights are a little tiny anymore. Yeah. I get that, but congrats, Aki. That's awesome. Female Necrons found out, but not for lack of trying, yeah. Yeah, searching for female Necrons, well, I'm sure will get you the best this world has to offer. Shield, alright. Got that trimmed up. We need this piece here. This is going from the bridle to that hand. So they need you to line this mini up perfectly when you're sitting this guy in the saddle. And they have 3 different points that can connect. That if it's not lined up, they're not going to connect. And it's going to be off. But sitting this mini on the saddle, they don't give you any guides or like actual just like a I don't know. Sorry, I know I'm trying to, like, this is pretty difficult mini to assemble. I'm trying to do this on camera, but homie G, how you doing? Thank you for joining. They don't give you an actual like guide to like set the mini exactly where it needs to be. So it is incredibly frustrating. Shield, alright, that can go over there. Sure, we'll do that. Stop, Blue. What are you doing, man? Crute with wings. I swear, Blue, if I type into the search bar "crute with wings" and I find it, we're gonna know what you've been up. Smoked crute. Dang, okay. There really is nothing with no crute wings. Bat wings, not feathered wings. My patients do stuff like this, but I can watch others do it. Yeah, it's fair, man. I do this for a living, so I do a lot of it. But welcome in. I do hear a lot of people say they don't have the patience for it, but it really comes down to you know, if you enjoy it, you kind of figure out like what it is you enjoy. All right, that nope. Alright, I think that's about as good as it'll get there. I have to say, after this experience assembling this many, I am not super impressed with the process here. Yeah, it's just a skeleton, yeah. Subtle differences in the skeleton, but otherwise. None of them have a soul anymore anyway. The crew aesthetic. You have the scrapbook mechanic. Watto. Watto is just a you know, he's a retired veteran Vespid for the Tau Empire. Yeah, pretty much Gosu, yeah. Is that an addiction that can happen? There's some self-reflection going on here. Okay, let's try this other. Go there. Go there. Well, I was not expecting a frustrating stream today. Okay, we're gonna keep that like that. Try to not touch anything. Real careful trying to trim this lance. Okay, that and that. Let's try this here. Boom, alright, got a lance. Just need another wing on. Get his cape. Get right in. Okay, got a cape. Cool. We'll get this guy's shield and then we'll start looking at these. No money, no parts, no deal. Yep. Oh, so he doesn't actually just keep his shield on him. His is just hanging. Okay. It's on here real quick. Okay, let's figure out these wings. Just like that. We'll probably need to brace to hold these wings. Here we get plenty of glue. This is an imposing mini though. That's really cool. I have a feeling this is going to get me in the mood to paint some old world, and I have a bunch of Blood Knights I need to paint, so might work out really well. Oh, there we go. Crow bottles for the win here, bracing my mini. We're gonna brace this guy off to the side though, because I'm gonna get painting while these guys are just drawing. Just like that. is filthy here. I can wipe it all into my apron and just dump it in the trash can from there. That's the technique. Okay. Put you over here. And all I'm doing is I'm tilting this mini and resting the arm of the Pegasus there, and it holds it up. Just like that. I know, I wanted to sell aprons as merch, but unlike the like Stream Elements and the Streamlabs merch store, one of those has actual aprons, but you can't do more than like 2 colors, and so it won't actually get my logo on there. I would totally buy and wear a Painting Dad apron, so I don't know, maybe I need to talk to somebody else. I don't know how to go about like getting actual merchandising. Also, I don't want to like pay for merchandising, you know, like outright, because then it's like we add a bunch of money for like the 2 people that are gonna buy it. On Patreon is a hobby tip, yeah. It's a whole like 4-year college course figuring out how to properly like brace your minis when the glue is drying. Apron would be super appropriate. I have looked for aprons. I was excited that one of those websites had aprons available for like a merch option, but it doesn't work. The actual apron itself doesn't work as a good choice here. So we're gonna get some minis out, and again, gentlemen started painting some of them, didn't care for them. I'm going to get these out, and we're going to get a good little start on them. Four color thread count. Yeah, on Streamlabs, yeah. Which isn't enough. Unless I had someone... I wanted to make a low detail logo for myself. I don't know how to make logos or anything, so it was gonna be through like someone that can actually make logos. But take my logo, make it like low detail, and then I can make some dice. I wanted to sell custom dice, like Painting Dad dice, but yeah, dice and apron. Maybe the low detail works with an apron. Six. Oh, 12. Okay. We're actually going to be painting now. We're painting some simple, gritty orcs. And I have a fun way to make these orcs nice and gritty. Might get to today. I think we're gonna mess around with something. Mess around with some noosh. We get some more noosh practice here. Put down some base colors, and then put down noosh over everything, and then maybe capture a couple more details and see how that works. I was messing with that Sunday Ghost, Sue. I don't know if you were here. Turn your logo into pixel art. be tempting. That'd be pretty cool. Shadow of War right now. So these are well-timed me. There we go. Alright. Someone in my local... We have like a Battle Companies campaign going on right now. And a guy plays orcs. And these are orcs that are not in his company, but I think he'll put them in his company because his company's still unpainted. And he just doesn't have time to paint. The guy's super busy. He's a career man, you know. And so yeah. Just gonna paint some minis for him. Oh, it's your actual... Okay. Nice. You know, a little birthday party going. That's cool. Well, happy early birthday. I won't be streaming on, you know, the rest of this week. But yeah. Hope you had a fun time on Sunday. Okay, here is what we're going to do. We can start with medals because why not? Great time. Steaks and cheesecake. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I have... I'm going to go visit family this week. And I am picking up a bunch of steaks from a butcher today, this afternoon. So, make sure we get some good stuff. Made cherry cheesecakes. That's awesome. Oh, that's cool. What a cool birthday tradition, though. These minis, these orc minis, were made... They were first sold in 2001. No. These were 2003. These were the Return of the King orcs. So, if you're interested in why, and they're all monopose, which monopose plastics tend to have like weird details on the sides and stuff. So if you end up asking questions on like why is his side all flat and you can't tell what anything is, it's because monopose plastic. Don't judge it, just embrace. Good stuff. Make me hungry. I know, I'm hungry too. Beef lo mein. Very nice. You'll be doing what, Oberion? Alright, cool, yeah. You enjoy eating that beef lo mein. What is going on today, guys? What has gotten into everybody? Judge any minis from when I was in high school. Okay, that's fair. How you doing, Night Ninja? Hey, dude, I meant to message you, and I kind of got lost on me, but your stuff is shipped out, and I will send you pictures and tracking number here shortly after stream. Yeah, so one of the things, the bikes are not glued to the bases, because I know the first lot you didn't want them on bases, so I kept these guys off the bases. So what I did, because I'm just gonna tell you, Night Ninja, nightmare. Those bikes are a nightmare. I'm glad we got them all done at once, because I would not have taken those. The temporary bases, this is all of the temporary bases now. It just outright destroyed, because I had to pin them to the rocks, or they wouldn't. Yeah. Night Ninja. Everybody just attack him. No, it's cool. Yeah, Night Ninja has the bikes. as long as you need to love and cherish those bikes, dude. I had to pin the bikes to the little rock, and yeah. So when I pinned them to the base too, because they wouldn't hold on just this base anyway. So taking them off of the base. Hold on, I want to show you this. This was like an hour of my my like Sunday or Saturday or something. All of these, like this one's in better condition. That one was good. That one was just like tore up. That one's pretty. Some of these are pretty good. Some of those, one of them I had to just like, I had to take clippers and just I had to snap it in half. So, but yeah, because and the pin though sticks through the base. So you'll get them, and I show you a picture where there's the pin actually coming out of the rock. I didn't have all of the bike bases. I only have 12 of the 16 bases, and I sent them back to you. But what I did with those 12 was I took my drill, and I actually drilled a hole in those bases for you. In about the appropriate spot where you need them. Some are a little like to the left, some are a little to the right, because the rocks are on different sides of the bases. But you should be able to... Oh, blue, kill the bot. You should be able to just fit most of those guys right into that little hole and glue that rock down, and it should be good. Just with some super glue or whatever, or plastic glue I guess would work too. So that should work fine. You'll have to drill on the last 6 bases, but just match the size to the it wasn't a paper clip I used, it was floral wire that I used for that. But you just have to match the size, get a pin vise, it's a thin, like maybe 1.2 1.4 millimeter bit or something. You drill a little hole and you just glue them in, or even like a hobby knife will probably be fine. But yeah, they should be on there. The actual characters and stuff are glued to their bases, but I didn't paint their bases. I wasn't sure how you wanted to paint. I painted like the rocky stuff on them. Wasn't sure how you wanted the actual like basing painted, so I kind of painted the rocks and stuff, but otherwise it's all good. I learned a lot, I will say that. I learned a lot. I'm not all upset. I'm relieved I am done with him, but yeah, it was an experience. You have a blue apron in the merch store? Nice. I'm gonna paint these guys in nice, bright, friendly colors. And we're gonna orcify them. Orcs can't have nice things. Right? And that's one of the things I love about... I know this show... some controversy, but the Rings of Power series, Adar, the guy that's like the father to the orcs, like he's like the like bad guy like toward the beginning and stuff. His like views and everything about the orcs is so cool, and it's interesting because it's like Tolkien's view on orcs, but Tolkien's like later in life view on orcs, which is really cool. Talk about orcs, yep, not those kind of orcs, orcs with a C. Yeah, no, Night Ninja, no, that's totally fine. No, it's... And, you know, if you want to paint over the little bit of basing I did on the characters, don't feel bad. Just do it. You know, make the army yours. Yeah, I was just letting you know, like, what I did and didn't do, so... it's just those bikes were... I was woefully unprepared with what those bikes needed and what needed to happen with those. 3D scanned minis. Word Bearers one. Nice. What minis do you have? Do you have like the what are there's like the Margal or whatever, isn't it like the Dreadnought, and there's the I can't remember what their demon dudes are called. The possessed guys. Yeah, they are incredibly frustrating to paint. Yeah. They just... It's this weird mix of being like... It's the equivalent of painting like 4 minis, but you're only painting 1 mini, and then they have so many details on them. It's like the ultimate detail creep. Gal foreman, get some data.
Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
Absolutely will hydrate. 1 second. Chainmail under here. I bet that these minis were sprayed with GW spray primer. That's my guess. RoboKrill really does not like GW spray primer. And acts really hydrophobic around the GW stuff, and I am getting that right now. This paint. Five plus here. Keep an eye. Oh yeah, you definitely don't want those to melt in the box. Oh, I'd feel so bad. And also I don't remember, but I totally forgot to ask about this. The second payment. I don't remember if you paid everything up front or not, but second payment would be appreciated. I was in such a rush to get. I got yours and another job out, and I was in such a rush I forgot like my own process of like getting payment before I shipped out the stuff. Here you go, guys. Take advantage of the painting dad. He forgets to ask for payment. Cool. I appreciate it. Just so trusting of you guys. Guys, I sold. All right. I sold one of my cameras the other day, and I had posted it up. My wife posted up on it was like a marketplace thing, and it had been on there for a couple weeks. I hadn't gotten anything, which is fine. I was prepared to be a little patient about it, but we had a guy. It was like Sunday, and he messaged my wife, and he's like, "Hey, I would like the camera. Would you take this much for it?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, I'm cool with that. And so he's like, okay. He's like, can you meet this evening? And we were like, sure, yeah, let's do it. And we met in like a McDonald's parking lot, like halfway between us, because he lives like out in the country or whatever. So I was kind of nervous because it was like several $100s, and I've never sold anything like that in person, like that much money. So I was like, all right. Like, we've had people steal from us with like marketplace things before, and so I was like a little nervous about it. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make sure like I'm like, you know, prepared, you know. So I drove out to that guy. These are not Urukai, these are Mordor orcs. But I drove out to meet him. And I was like, you know, ready in case, like, you know, someone's just trying to straight up steal from me or whatever. So I choose McDonald's park. Yeah, it's like a busy parking lot and stuff. Well,
first of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Thank you. Mordorks, yeah. Well, I am the guy told us like his car. I looked up his like Facebook profile, and I was like, all right, I know what the guy kind of looks like. And you know, we told him like the kind of car that I'd be driving and everything, and I am pulling into this McDonald's park. Like, I'm coming around the McDonald's like on a side street, like going to the parking lot, and I see what I think is the guy's car. And then I'm pulling around in the parking lot, and the guy, it's like this nerdy old dude, and he's like waving at me as my car is like, I did not get nuggies. No, my biggest regret. I should have got some nuggets. But yeah, it's this nerdy old dude just like waving at me as he sees my car, like all excited. I was like, all right, this guy could probably steal from me and get away from it, get away with it, because Maybe woefully unprepared. Yeah, one of us. Yeah, I was like, this guy looks like he plays not 40K. He looks like he was an old like historical, but also like fantasy gamer. You know, like Warhammer Fantasy. But he probably sticks with like maybe a Blood Bowl, but also like he plays historicals. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, he looked like it's. I didn't like do a conversation, but it was funny because like, you know, he gave me a bunch of cash, which is, you know, what we asked for. He gave me cash, and he's like, here, he's like, you can count it. I was like, okay, he's like, you can look through the camera stuff, make sure everything's there, and he's like, no, that's fine, I trust you. I was like, okay, all right. I'm hungry. I'm sorry, guys. We used to talk about food a lot on this stream, but kind of died down for some reason. All right, I gotta ask you guys about a crazy food. Okay, it is one of the weirdest sounding foods that I have ever eaten, but I love it. I grew up eating this stuff. Couldn't beat Zen's BK. No, we can't beat the BK Chronicles, man. That's just a legendary story, legendary tale. So growing up, my mom would make this dish, and what she called it and what it's actually called, I'm sure, are two different things. But I'm curious if anyone has heard of this or eaten this before. We always called it wilted lettuce, and it sounds weird because you're like, ew, it's like old lettuce or whatever. But it's not what it is. All right. What my mom would do is she would cook bacon, and then she would take like the hot like bacon grease. Yeah, like a Midwest delicacy. Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Gosu? Yeah. You take like the bacon grease and you take some like red wine vinegar and like pepper and salt and everything. You put it in a bowl, like not a ton of any of that, and you take like spinach or like a leaf lettuce or something, and you mix it in there with like the chopped up bacon and like red onion, and you mix it in the like the hot bacon grease and stuff, like kind of like softens the lettuce and everything. Yeah, and then you get like it's like this, it's like a hot dressed salad basically is what it is, but with like bacon and red onion and everything. I very rarely meet someone who has ever had that. Okay, Gosu knows what it is. Yeah. I love it. Whenever our family gets together, that is the one thing everybody asks my mom to make. Is wilted lettuce. We have no idea what the actual name of the dish is, but it's wilted lettuce. It's what we call it because we're hillbilly Ohioans. So yeah, I'm seeing family get wilted lettuce. I'm really excited. Like, I can eat just a giant bowl of that stuff. Pretty good pig slop. There you go. Yeah. Yep. We used to eat a lot of it's the chip beef and gravy, which has another name that I won't repeat because this is a children's channel. But hillbilly Ohioans of redundancy. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, the SOS. Yeah, we used to eat that a lot. But we would do, if we were fancy. All right, a fancy mealtime where my mom actually spent time on it. She would make biscuits. Yeah, the biscuits. If it was like after, I remember after like football practice, we get home, it's like 8 o'clock. We're all starving. My mom would make it and she would just toast. She would just like toast, and she'd put the chip beef and the gravy on toast, and I would eat so much of that. But like, yeah, I haven't had that in a really long time. Sounds good though. Yeah, between that and wilted lettuce, man, I am got my Ohio roots. They don't show through. I don't think a whole lot through the stream, but you'd always be, yeah, you'd be the one that's excited about it. Yeah, nobody else in the Navy's from the Midwest. That's why they're all like, "What's wrong with you?" Yeah, Snooty Zulu, how you doing? Welcome in. Dinty more stew over egg noodles. What's Dinty more stew? What is that? On weekends, VFW did that for breakfast for like $7. Oh, it's a canned beef stew. Okay, over egg noodles. Okay, gotcha. All right. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. What kind of weird meals did you grow up with, Snooty? I've never heard of that before. It's incredibly difficult to find here. Okay. Huh. We are painting some quick Middle Earth Mordor orcs. It's quicker to make the beef. Yeah, quicker way to make beef noodles. Yeah. Smoked sausage and sauerkraut. Yeah. My mom would make sauerkraut all the time. I always hated it. I didn't want to be in the house when she made sauerkraut. Because it just smells like one big fart. Like, that's all sauerkraut is. Even if you like sauerkraut, you can't deny it. And the whole house would smell like someone's just been farting all day. It lingers. It's so good though. Yeah. We'll do these in silver. Yeah, there's some really popular German restaurants around Central Ohio, and I have a hard time eating at their restaurants just because they all smell like sauerkraut. Just non-stop. It's just sauerkraut smell in a restaurant. I don't feel like that's like putting your best foot forward, you know? Another cooked pork for Sundays. They called it Sunday meat. It was boiled. Oh no. It was pork chops. She boiled pork chops. No. Breakfast sandwiches on pretzels. Okay, nice. It is German staple, that's right. I know. Chicken and pork until it's basically leather. Yeah. My dad would grill a lot. Like, it didn't matter what time of year. Like, he was gonna be grilling something. And yeah, he would definitely do like the steaks more well done. Not anymore. That's changed now. But back then, I think it was just we had like we would buy really cheap steaks too or whatever. Not like we had a ton of money, but lots of chicken. Liver and onions I used to love. Like 5 years without eating it and couldn't stand it. Oh, weird. Never had liver and onions. I said politely yet firmly to leave.
First of all,
I have a few favorite lines from King of the Hill, and that's definitely one of them. Snooty Zulu, thank you so much for the follow. There's that one. There's a couple from Peggy Hill, like, if this is food, what have we been eating? eat that one. What are you talking about, Bobby? Tomatoes don't have a flavor. So little done today. I blame the bots. There you go. Yeah, it's the bot's fault. I made my Mrs. Rabbit stew. She hated it because she found a hair in it. Oh my gosh. Get out. Get out, Jet. What is this? Spaghetti and meatballs. As someone who is around narcissists more than I care to be, which is not at all, man, Peggy just everything about her just like hurts my soul. The very first episode of King of the Hill is great though. Just staring into the meal and into the mirror and saying happiness kills me. Happiness. She starts yelling it. Great grandmother on my mother's side was a good cook and ran a restaurant. Oh, okay, that stinks, Groovy. My grandma. All right, best dish ever here. My grandma on so it's my dad's mom. Whenever we'd go over to her house, she'd always make this, and it was peanut butter Rice Krispie treats. So like Rice Krispie treats are good, right? Like with the marshmallow and everything. But the peanut butter Rice Krispie treats were on like a whole different level. It's like corn syrup and peanut butter that you melt down in sugar, and you mix the Rice Krispies in it. But she would make that. It takes like 10 minutes to make. I make them occasionally sometimes, just because they're amazing. But she would make them, and me and my brothers, we would sit there, and she'd put it in a pan, like in a glass dish, and we would eat it out of the dish with a spoon because it was like still hot, and like all soft and everything. Probably my favorite food memory. Yeah, except it's not like peanut brittle is like a different thing, and these are always chewy. I will happily share that recipe for anyone who wants to try it, because they're like, and for a while I thought it was just like a nostalgia thing. Like, yeah, I grew up eating these, so I think they're like amazing. I made them for the painting wife one time, like after we were married. I got the recipe from my mom, and I made them, and they are literally like, she's like, this is the greatest thing ever. And like, we would make them and just eat them for like breakfast, and then like pack them in our lunch. Like that's what we would eat like day in and day out. It was just these peanut butter Rice Krispie treats. On that side, somehow lived in their later 80s. Yeah, that just happens to some people. Yeah, it's her girlfriend in front of her in high school and got pulled aside and lectured. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. I have spent lots and lots of time around people with similar attitudes, Crucial Blue, and I know, and I live in Ohio, so like I am very familiar with the very, very over the top nature. Peas and white sauce. So just microwave frozen peas with... Oh, that sounds horrible. That sounds foul. That might take the cake. Used to sneak into the garage at Christmas dinners and drink the water in the maraschino cherry jar. I am not a... So I'm cool with frozen peas. I like peas. I will not... Like, ranch dressing is not my favorite thing. gas station, a little restaurant. I didn't get some food when I was up there. Just call it white sauce? No, I refuse. When I was in high school, we had like it wasn't like great lunches, but there was like the normal lunch, like what they serve, and there was like what they called the a la carte lunch, which is basically like a fried food box. Always had a ton of French fries, and like chicken fingers or mozzarella sticks or any like Bosco sticks, whatever those, like that kind of stuff. So the lunch table I sat at, the kids I sat at with at lunch, all of them would always get that. They would always get that box lunch because it's fried food. Like, why would you not? And they would always pour tons of ranch dressing on everything in that box, and it would just be like ranch with like some fried food underneath it. And so every day, and like I don't mind ranch, like I'll eat ranch occasionally on a salad or whatever, but every single day at school at lunch was 5 people sitting at this table with the ranch smell covering everything else. And after a while, I got so sick of it. Like, I just wanted to vomit thinking about ranch dressing because it was just that smell day in, day out. All these kids would eat. Might have to back over some of this stuff just because of the weird hydrophobicness happening. Yeah, they want a little fried food with a ranch, yeah. Gross. Myself, pass down any secrets, anything. Yeah. I've always loved to cook. I'm the cook in our family, our house. That's how I guarantee the painting wife can never leave me. She'll never eat well again. Okay. Excuse me. Real quick, we're going to go back through. There you go. We are painting only in solid colors, and then we are going to use a not oil wash to change everything. That is the plan. Just don't eat if I'm responsible for myself. For some reason, after my days of heavy drinking, don't get hunger cues. Oh wow, okay. Jeez.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you.
Spell, thank you for the follow, and welcome in. How are you doing today? I was on my own a couple weeks ago, painting a wife and painting someone out of town for a couple days. And normally I'm kind of like, you know, either I go get something quick or I'm just not going to eat. You know, like I can just deal with not eating when I'm on my own. But I made myself a meal. It ended up lasting me 3 days, and I was like, sweet. Like, I made a ton of food. It was amazing. I was happy to eat it, and like it was just all good. And I was like, cool. Just I'll just be happy with this. What I did. You're an aunt who's a fantastic person. Oh, economics professor. See someone eat so little. Oh, weird. Huh. Strange. Laying in bed as it is, 3 in the morning. Dang. You normally stay up that late, or you just chilling? Can't sleep or something? She lived to be 105. Holy cow. Body woke me up. Oh, night shift. I get that. Yep. I did that for a while. I worked night shift and tried to live a normal life on top of that. And it, yeah, messed me up. For a long time. Yeah, because it's like, you know, like I would, it was four 10-hour shifts I would do. And then I have a 3-day weekend. And what would happen is a 3-day weekend I would try to do like normal, you know, like schedules. So like Friday I would get home and I would, you know, stay up late, and I'd sleep in on Saturday, and I'd kind of be, you know, up for a normal day on Saturday. But what I was doing was I was jet lagging myself every weekend, which is like terrible for your health. Instead of just like keeping the normal schedule. I couldn't keep the normal schedule though. Like I had like, you know, responsibilities and stuff. Yeah. So I only did that for about a year. But I remember toward the end of that year, like I knew it was coming to an end, and like it was so bad. Yeah, and it took me a couple months to really recover from like going to a day shift and everything. Been jet lag since my senior year of high school. Stopped driving in her mid-90s. My wife's grandma did that. She was still driving after she was 90 years old. She passed away at 101 a couple years ago. It's crazy. Started a Cities of Sigmar. Oh, cool, okay. Dang. What are you thinking? You liking the? Have you tried any of the 4th edition Sigmar stuff, or are you just getting into it, or what? I do not play Age of Sigmar, but no hate to anyone who does. Not my cup of tea, but very cool. Alright, I think the Pegasus riders good to balance themselves. Their wings. Look at that guy though. Look at that. It's a cool looking mini. Take your license due to age until 103. Oh my lord. Why? Alright. Next color. We're talking about yourself as well. Yeah. Just start just before 4th. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. All right. Seems like you're getting in at a good time though. Like fresh new game and everything. That's really cool. We're gonna get out the. Did I get out the brown gray? Let's start with some lighter browns first. Slightly lighter. Let's do some dark umber. Sponges in the freezer. Nice. It's your cake, right? That you're making. So we can get special valuations for dry. Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I mean, you take a test every couple years for your you're like your license anyway, right? They do like a vision test and everything, but maybe a couple more steps. All right, we got a nice mid-tone brown here, and we're just gonna start picking out spaces to put this on minis. So this one's a 2-coat. I should have found a different brown that would only take 1 coat, but all right. Like I said, we're starting on these minis, getting some bright colors on there, and we're gonna grime it down, but we'll probably grime these down next week. Paint these real quick. Next week we'll finish them, probably in just a single stream, to be honest. Come back on Tuesday, but let's get his boots. Those boots brown. And then we'll get these Bretonians in. And then I'm back to 40k, and then 30k, and then more 40k probably. And Star Wars. I got lots of different stuff going on right now, which is really cool. I'm excited for the variety I have going on. Yeah, I have I have like 4 jobs in the works, and then I have, I think, 4 other people I have to get pricing for. So I am very, 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 very blessed with a good community and people that value my work. So excited about all that. Yeah, especially since none of it is from Fiverr. I have actually had someone message me on Fiverr and asked me if I still take work, and I said nope. I was like, here's my other information that I'm not supposed to give on Fiverr, but here you go, come find me somewhere else. And he found me, and those were the Zangors that I painted. That was that whole thing. So that was really cool. I think Night Ninja is another one. These all those Votan were originally from Fiverr, and then he came off of Fiverr, which was great. Helped me out a lot, helped me get started leaving Fiverr. Yeah, screw Fiverr. We're giving for here, that changed. Real food, wise, and diet soda, and all the ice cream she could get on pretty much. Yeah, okay, yeah. Some people just do. I mean, it's crazy how, like, you can have the best or worst diet in the world, or, like, you can be as healthy or unhealthy as as anybody, but at the end of the day, it's a roll of the dice, like how well your health is going to be, you know, and like if it's actually going to ever affect you. Some people don't have a great relationship with their parents, Raisha. I think that's these minis are gonna look goofy. Just let the process happen, okay? That's all I ask. McDonald's has AP -3? What? Where did McDonald's find armor-piercing weapons? I need to know. Yeah, definitely not good for your health. Yeah, the dice roll is affected, yeah. Reroll to wound against your GI system. Grimace is an arms dealer, yeah. Oh, I get a story about Grimace. You guys want to hear a story about Grimace and my son? So, my son being maybe 3 years old. My wife's a teacher, and her school was doing one of those fundraisers at a fast food restaurant, and it was McDonald's, and we're like, cool, let's go, like, you know, she can hang out as a teacher, you know, and say hi to students and stuff, and we can go all eat McDonald's for dinner, whatever, it'll be fine. Well, they had someone in a Grimace suit walking around, and my son saw him and was mortified. Like, not screaming child terrified, like frozen still and shaking terrified. Like, I have never seen this kid so scared of anything in his life. And Grimace, and we're like trying to avoid him. Well, the guy in the Grimace suit came over and said hi to my son. And he is like, he's shaking. He won't look at him. He's like, hi, and like trying to be polite and everything, but like he could not handle it. He wouldn't eat, wouldn't do anything. He was just absolutely like pure dread, like just completely terrified of Grimace. It's kind of funny looking back, but also like, poor kid. Mostly trying to get various drugs. Yeah. Man, eating a whole blackberry cobbler or a gallon and a half ice cream a day sounds pretty awesome on the surface, because I do love ice cream, but oh, that's crazy. That sucks though, Groovy. So does the kids bawling their eyes out seeing lap the Easter. Well, yeah, my son did that too. Yeah, he did not like the Easter Bunny for a long time. He's cool with him now. He's gotten a lot better with that. But yeah, he was definitely he's a very timid and cautious child. What colors do you suggest for Renaissance Knights? The nice thing about Renaissance Knights, like Bretonnians for the old world, you can paint them literally any color and they work. I am going to be painting some in the next week or so, and they're going to use black and yellow as the main colors for the army. So a lot of black and yellow. That'll be fun. front of Officer Big Mac. Yeah. You tell him not to trust Officer Big Mac. He doesn't have your best interest in mind, kid. Steel helms. Yeah. Those cav look really cool. The man, the Cities of Sigmar are interesting because they're super like grimdark, so they don't seem like they mix well with tons of bright colors. They also have like 10,000 details on them, which like kills me. But I don't know. I mean, SV4's Inquiry, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I think, okay, my opinion, I'm not an Age of Sigmar player. I rarely paint Age of Sigmar minis. I was an old Warhammer Fantasy painter and player. So I think in my mind, when I think of like the Cities of Sigmar, I think of the Empire of Man from Warhammer Fantasy. And the classic color scheme I think works really well for them is the like bright red and white. The Talabecland color scheme for the Empire. I don't think you can go wrong with red and white mixed in with like all the browns and like darker silvers and stuff. I think that all looks good. But yeah, you find like color schemes or colors that are like complementary. You can do red and blue work well together. Green and red, if you watch your ratios, if you're like over the top with the green and the red, it might look a little Christmassy. Yeah. Yeah, they are red and white, aren't they? But they're more like red and gold with like a little bit of white. But yeah, green and yellow is also a really good one. Purple and yellow, purple and red. Like you can do tons of like really good combinations of colors, as long as you're Midland is like the blue and white, right? Isn't that Midland? I was a Stirland fan myself when I had an Empire army back in the day, but yeah, it's hard to beat like the classic like red and white Empire color scheme. Assassin for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Oh, cool. Okay. Stirland Mud is named after the province of Stirland, or I guess the what do you call it? The state, maybe, I guess? Do they call them states? I can't remember what they call them. Their region? Yeah. Stirland's really cool in the lore. So, is it a county? Okay. So, Stirland is the area that borders... yeah, that's right, the Elector Count. Okay, so Count runs a county. Okay. So Stirland is the county that borders the county of Sylvania. And Sylvania was taken over by vampires and is basically run by vampires, is not quite part of the Empire anymore, even though the vampires kind of think they are. Recount the... Okay. So Stirland kind of ends up with this kind of crappy job of being the first line of defense against the undead that attack every once in a while. You know, every 100 years or so, there's a huge invasion of the undead. They get uppity, you know, feel like they're the rightful rulers of the Empire and try to take over. And Stirland is also not very resource rich, so it was like it's like poor people basically that happen to be on the front lines of like this like fight against Sylvania. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a river that divides Sylvania and Stirland, and so you have this one of their like famous kind of regiments or like troops were called the Stir River Patrol. They were dudes that literally patrolled up and down the rivers all day to watch for incursions of the undead. Yeah, Stirlanders are famous for fighting against the undead, which is cool. And being a huge fan of the undead in Warhammer Fantasy, I always thought that was cool of their part. Did you finish the Gundam tank? No, I didn't. I decided I was going to work on some. I was going to get a little bit done on some commissions today. I felt that was more appropriate. The tank is still sitting. I haven't touched it. Still just chilling. I want to paint it. I do. But I have a busy week ahead of me, and I don't want to get behind on stuff, so I feel like having a good couple hours of just getting some like work done. Yeah, I feel like it's probably a little more prudent. Yeah, I'm excited. I am excited to paint that, and I will definitely keep you guys updated and or like just straight up stream myself doing that. My concern about using the noosh while I'm streaming is that it won't be dry enough to paint over during stream. So like I end up putting all this noosh on and then like, okay, stream's over, like I'm done. I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen, but I'm worried that it will, so. Yeah, I think I'm going to do some touch-ups. I need to finish a little bit of the silver, and then I'm going to slather that stuff all over the mini. And then I'll start on all the details and highlights and stuff. I can paint brown here. Little greaves or what have you. Leather, because... Sure. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Warhammer Fantasy. That was my first Warhammer Fantasy army was the Empire, and I painted them like Sterling. Plugged your podcast, when is it? Well, okay, so for the podcast, first 2 episodes are on YouTube or Podbean currently. I don't have, I need to like get access to a lot of these other like programs. If you use a different app, I heard Spotify is one. But if there are apps that you use to listen to podcasts, please let me know, and I will try to make sure the podcast gets uploaded to those apps. But the 3rd episode of the podcast is currently available for patrons. So if you are a paid member of the Patreon, you get a week early access to the podcast. So. You listen to it on stream. On your stream. Just turn on the podcast and listen to it in the background. I don't think people would be too happy about that. A used bookstore. But on the rag in the Witch Hunter's Handbook. Nice, that's cool, groovy. My favorite Warhammer Fantasy novel is called Riders of the Dead. Incredible novel. It dives into like Kislev, which is a super cool faction, and the winged lancers is what they're called, but the winged hussars basically. And then there's it follows chaos in a really cool way. It like shows kind of a sympathetic side, like a human side of chaos and like the worship of chaos and stuff, which is really cool for like Warhammer Fantasy to do. Also incredibly gruesome and brutal combat. It is a Dan Abnett novel too. Older novel by him, but I have had that book for decades at this point, and it is still one of my favorite books. What should we do here? Just paint his pants. You can have the brown pants. One knows when you're scared. Chaos and Fantasy are the good guys? Yeah. I don't know about that, but he is wearing his brown pants today. Yep. Chaotica and Liber Mortis. Oh, cool. Very cool. Some collector's edition stuff. Maybe? Yeah. I remember when I first got this Riders of the Dead novel, I was like, man, I think winged lancers are like the coolest thing in Warhammer. So this is a book. They're on the cover. They're called Riders of the Dead. I assume it's talking about, you know, the winged hussars, winged lancers, whatever. I'm totally gonna get this book. First, like chapter of that book is just pure insanity. And not only is the fighting super brutal, it has a really cool way of describing how the Imperium of Man fights, because the two main characters are they're called demi-lancers. They're like knights in training, basically, in the Empire. But yeah, they're Imperials, and they go up to fight against the Chaos Incursion. And it talks about the battle and how the Norse fight, basically, the Norskins, and it's insane. Super insane. It's funny though, they talk a lot about how the Empire uses, in that novel, they talk about the most common way the Empire fights is using archers and pikemen. Those are the most common weapons, but they're like, you know, the ones that get all the credit are the you know, the handguns and the cannons and the state troops with the spears and halberds and everything. But you can't use pikemen, or I don't know if you can use longbowmen in the old world in the rules, but pikemen haven't been a thing in the Empire's rules for a long time. I'm going to keep him how he is. So kind of funny, but really cool. Yeah, watching the Empire fight, picking out the Chaos Gods when they don't like make it completely apparent who worships what god, and you eventually kind of like figure it out as you go through based on like their descriptions on what the gods do and like what they expect the gods to do and stuff. It's really cool. Original Liber Chaotica volumes, but sold them and got the collector's edition. Wow. Okay. Dang. That's super cool. I don't have a lot of collector's edition stuff. I'm not one to just like collect things to have them. So like, I don't usually care to buy like the fancy editions of stuff. That's just me though. When pikemen with pikes so long, they have a ranged profile. There you go. Yep. One of these days, Fuegan, Total War Warhammer is going to put a Dogs of War faction out there, and they will have actual pikemen in Warhammer Total War, and it's going to be crazy. Midland's colors. Midland is the blue and white, right? Is that Midland with like some red accent? That's really cool though. That'd be really cool to see. Hexspell. If you ever want to share pictures of that, I would love to see. That's how you do that. That sounds really cool. Like actual Imperial color schemes on Age Sigmar minis. But if you happen to want to join the Discord, I love seeing pictures of people's painted minis and love seeing what people have going on. And yeah, if you're willing to join and drop some pictures in there as you do it, really appreciate it. First edition of Blood Angels books. Yeah, that's cool. Which Blood Angels books? There was an old trilogy from the Blood Angels I read. A buddy of mine had, and he let me borrow it and read it. And it was quite an interesting trilogy. Like, people trying, like a squad of Blood Angels trying to investigate, like, some weird occurrences. And they end up going to a planet, a Tyranid-infested planet, and they end up getting in a submarine to travel across this ocean. And the third book ends up being this crazy battle where, like, you know, no spoilers, but a particular crazy flesh crafter guy tries to steal Sanguinius's gene seed, and ends up being like every Blood Angels successor chapters on the planet, and like all their chapter masters get trapped and attacked by this like demon creature. And so it's like 50 different chapter masters all in one room trying to fight this thing. And like some of the chapter masters are dreadnoughts, because that's just what people do apparently. And like it's crazy. There's like Dante and Gabriel Seth and everything there. Strange book, but it was pretty cool. You got nothing on you. Okay, red primary, yellow secondary, and blue tertiary. Okay, okay. Cool. No, very cool color scheme. Isn't Midland the Ulrich worshippers? That's Midland, right? They don't even worship Sigmar. Two thin coats? Oh, very cool. Two thin coats is pretty nice. I'm not sure what paint you've used and what you haven't. I'm definitely not gonna like speak against two thin coats. My one big issue with them though is their bottle design is absolute trash, which sounds really random, but you're gonna have to be careful. If you tip the bottles over too much, the agitators that are in little like glass beads inside that help you mix up the paint, they get stuck in the nozzle because they never put a little separator in the nozzle to keep that agitator from getting stuck. So the key is, don't keep squeezing super hard if the paint isn't coming out, because it's not a little clog or anything, it's the agitator that gets stuck. Reshake your paint and then try to pour more paint out. It is super frustrating. I have a couple two thin coats paint, and that issue has been the worst, especially with their washes. But otherwise, I think their paint is fine. You know, it's nice in the dropper bottles. The colors are very like GW adjacent, so you can find like good comparisons to all the colors. Yeah. Nice. Okay, yeah, so you got a little bit of experience. I'm a huge fan of Pro Acryl. You know, I will always talk up Pro Acryl because I think their paints are the best you can buy. Period. But I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. Paints are weird, and you know, two thin coats are cool. And you got Duncan Rhodes on the bottle and everything, so. Okay. What is another color? We're just gonna start with some weird colors. Let's try this dark green brown. On one. I don't have a light green brown or anything, do I? No. It's not folk art, that's for sure. Yeah, get out of here, Fuegan. Someone ban this man. Mod Fuegan, yeah. His folk art untruths. I said, guys, these are gonna look bright and goofy at first. We're gonna Trust the process here. Excuse me. Pick up the War Hydra later. Oh, for like Cities of Sigmar, right? Or excuse me. They have they have a Hydra, don't they? It's like the Dark Elf one. Yeah, excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, cool. Yeah.
It's clean.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Cold.
I definitely need that.
Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
Alright. See if that's any better. Yeah, that cheap, like, folk art apple barrel stuff is great for, like, terrain and bases, especially painting over texture paste. You go through a lot of paint doing that because all the little, like porous areas and everything. So, being able to use cheap paint to do that, just thin it down a little bit and put it over. Yeah, water boy. Took that sip like he walked the Sahara. I'm trying to not be like all mucusy, right? The high pigment, okay, high pigment folk art. Huh. Didn't realize there was such a thing from folk art. It's winter here in Australia. Oh, you're in Australia. Very cool. It's cold. How cold is it? I'm curious. It's probably still warmer than it is here in Ohio. I have a slight feeling. Could be wrong about that, but it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit here, just above zero. Really? It's that cold in Australia? What? How does it get that cold in Australia? I didn't think it got that cold. Okay, I take my statement back. I didn't realize it got that cold, and that's interesting. The brown boots. This guy. Let's do this little, like... gotta bounce. No problem, Blue. No problem, man. I understand. You have a good one. Felt so privileged having Crucial Blue hang out my stream for so long today. It was nice. Let's get your fur piece here. I'll let you know I'm still down to... Oh, thanks. Thank you for vacuuming my meat then. Definitely needed to post that with exactly those words. Oh, man. You're just here for a bot appearance, yeah. Yep. Yeah, yeah. Just for full disclosure, I guess, Zen has a vacuum sealer, and I'm going to a butcher to buy some meat. I'm going to stop at his house so he can vacuum seal that meat so it stays fresh longer. The vacuuming of meat is a poor but deliberate choice of words on Zen's part. Understand what he is doing. But I just want to hear if no, you did actually beat a run as the greenskins, right? You were able to do it. Hey, Professor Grimm, how you doing? Oh, you still haven't beat one as the greenskins? Man. Oh yeah, of course he's doing it on purpose. Yeah. No, you two were like that. Well, we haven't got our Costco membership yet, but
look at me.
put those pointed fingers away. I don't want to see that. And the whips, sure, man, sure. Oh, it's the Skaven. Nice. I love it. That's the Underworld's team, right? He does uwu very well. Yeah. Yeah, Zen is definitely he's an uwooer. I like it, man. Grim, nice work, dude. Very nice work. Those are cool looking Skaven. I used to shop at a restaurant depot, actually. We had friends that owned a restaurant and had a membership there. We'd use their membership and go buy there. It was alright. Stop it, Primarch. You're getting off this topic. Get some sleep. All right, Hexspell, thank you so much for coming to hang out. And I am happy you found my stream. Hopefully I see you again soon. I am not streaming the rest of the week. My next day back on will be this coming Tuesday. So normally I stream 4 days a week, but I just, family stuff and it's summer. So yeah, I will be back next Tuesday. Same time, 10 a.m. Eastern. And yeah. And Gosu, you have a great day as well. Yeah, I'll see you next week too, man. And have a happy birthday. Oh, you're Larry the Lobster. All right, sweet. Sweet. Thanks, bud. Go through and do a quick second coat on this color. See what kind of. Primer's killing me. You hope he oohs next podcast. He might in the current one. That's up for patrons. I'm not saying he's not. Put a red on this. If you guys have been listening to the podcast, give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. If there's anything, any ideas you have. Yeah, I'd love to hear it. Love to hear any feedback. We're kind of figuring out what we want to talk about next. So. Haven't finished yet. Okay. Take a work call. Sure. Were you oohing during your work call? What if you just slip that into a conversation with your boss or something? He does it for fun too, but he doesn't want a lot of people to know that. Excuse me. Go through and do some next coat. These are the minis I assembled today. Bretonian lords on Pegasus, on Royal Pegasus. Here's one, and then here's the other. Mr. Gazebo Head. Crazy minis. Be fun to paint. Paint those a bunch of Pegasus Knights, and I may or may not have the one and only Green Knight. In the what I'm sure is lovely and high quality resin. Ugh. I just thought of the tournament. Oh, cool! Yeah. We have lots of thoughts. I've had lots of thoughts even since that podcast. Things that I just like kept thinking about. Yeah. Oh, cool. That's good to hear. This podcast is literally like Zen and TPD just chill and talk about something, and like we have notes and like a topic, but there's like ranting and just kind of like conversation and stuff. But the Pegasus Knights were actually pretty difficult to put together. Yeah, they were pretty annoying to put together. The worst part of it was GW's instructions, but then like the way GW cuts the minis was pretty bad. Yeah, Zen rants about Ohio, I think, in 2 of the 3 episodes so far. He's gone on crazy rants about Ohio, so. You're selling your metal one? Oh, okay. The Green Knight. Dang. Bet my dude who got his mini probably would have taken the metal one. Yeah, I don't know what it is with Zen. We'll talk about something random and it like flips this switch in his head where he's like, speaking of Ultramarines, I can't stand cornmeal on pizza, and like he just goes on this rant about it, and it's I don't know where it comes from, but he just goes nuts. He just goes on for about 10 minutes. Then we're like, all right, so how did this game go? Shipping costs. Yeah, shipping probably would be pretty pricey. You're in Germany, right? Primark. Subjectively false. What's objectively false? Shipping costs an arm and a leg, or or your crazy rants that come out of nowhere? There's a clear segue. I don't know. We'll let the listeners decide. We just need to title the segment anymore when you go on a rant. Just what we should do, Zen. What we should do. All right, you go on your rant, and we just go through the episode, and then in the edit, what we do is we make a whole like intro for that segment, like we call it something, and we announce that it's happening and all these things. But we just cut you off mid-sentence as you're starting it. We run the intro, and then we come back to like you just like mid-sentence, like starting your rant. Yeah, so if you're in Germany, it's like minimum like $25 US to ship something. So yeah, it might be like $25-$30 ship a mini. Not like impossibly expensive, but like I understand, more than practical. I mean, he bought his direct from GW though, so I don't know how much he paid for his. More than a reasonable amount anyway. Cheering AI song? That'd be pretty funny. Just type out a statement and then make a song to it. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end it after this color. No time to start a new one, but these goofy looking minis are still looking goofy, but they're gonna get better with time. But yeah, I got a lot of work done. I'm happy. Got projects in a good spot here, so Zen, would you mind finding someone to raid? Rants from the Warp? That's not a bad one. Yeah, that's pretty good. And Eye of the Tiger, it's retired 11B. And Chris Rose is on? It's Chris Rose's stream anniversary? We should go say hi to Chris Rose. That's what we should do. On mobile? Dang. Okay. Let's see. Let me see if I can probably get us rated out here. Try it. Does it work? Yeah, it worked. Sweet. Let's go say hi to Chris Rose. It is his 1-year stream anniversary, I think. So, yeah, let's go say hi to him. And you guys have a great week. I will be back on next Tuesday. That's my next stream. So next Tuesday. Oh, nice. You paint some Mortarworks. Nice. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful week, and stay safe. Have a good time, everybody. And I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.